So many interesting people here at the Jerusalem Conference. We're sitting right now with Itamar Marcus, who is the founder and director of Palestinian Media Watch. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to be with you.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Actually, I think you founded your operation, your organization, after the Y Accords as part of a monitoring process for Palestinian media, or correct me?
Well, we actually founded it a few years before, which is why and we were giving all of our material to Netanyahu when he was prime minister. He brought our material to the Y negotiations, and at that point it was recognized internationally that there's a real problem with Palestinian hate education, Palestinian hatred in general, coming through the media. And they established at that time a negotiating committee to monitor and try to fight and change Palestinian hate education. I was Israel's representative to those negotiations. And because I'm sitting here today, those negotiations were not successful.
Okay, so I understand that for the last couple years, the official Palestinian TV and radio stations have been broadcasting messages of peace to the Palestinians throughout the territories.
Tragically, while Annapolis was going on, while Bush was here in the region, and the world was playing this up as a real peace process to his own people, he has not yet made a message of a real peace process. If a peace process means recognizing Israel, Israel is not yet recognized, not in maps, not in words, not in school books, not in television. Everything is presented still till this very day as well part of Palestine, so-called Palestine.
What if somebody were to be tough on you and say, okay, what real purpose does your organization, what service does it perform insofar as promoting peace? What would you have to say the focal point of that would be?
We're I would say the most honest promoters of peace in the world, because what we're demanding from the other side is a real message of peace, and we'll be the first ones to announce the Palestinian Authority has changed. They've put Israel on the maps in the school books. They're not teaching that Israel, that is the Zionists stole the land to create the state of Israel, which the school books do today. When those changes happen, we'll be able to report that Israel has a peace partner, and then, if and when, then negotiations can start. Until that point, it's just a farce. Until that point, it's not going to get anywhere. And that is the real promotion of peace, making sure the other side is really talking peace.
The Abu Mazen has been touted around the world as being a partner for peace with Israel. Have you seen any change in Palestinian media regarding Israel during his tenure as chairman of the Palestinian Authority?
There's two parts to the hate education and hate promotion in the Palestinian world. There's promoting hatred, and there's promoting violence and murder. Under Abbas, the promotion of murder and killing has gone down. The promotion of hatred remains identical, the same as
when you say gone down, it means less, but it still exists as part of the official broadcasting?
Yes, it's less.
Okay.
The Palestinian Authority got into a lot of trouble when their religious leaders called for genocide of Jews on television, and he had to take them off. And again, he did it because of world pressure. Not because of I don't believe any sincere feelings about this. In fact, Abbas, at least 3 times, we have him filmed on Friday in the mosque while the religious leaders were calling for the genocide of Jews and as well Americans as well. Kill them to the last one, don't leave even one, were the words. And Abbas stood there, continued with the prayers. He didn't stop it. He did not come back the next week. So I don't get a sense that he was horrified. I get a sense he was upset by the world pressure on him, which is why, however, the hate education continues, the hate media continues, and this unfortunately has not changed, and there is still a fair degree of violence clips that appear on Palestinian TV. The violence clips promote violence, the violence clips glorify violence. What they're missing is the call for killing and genocide.
I assume that you're also taking a look at what's coming out of Gaza. Is there a difference between the broadcast, let's say, between West Bank, or the Abbas Authority and the Hamas Authority?
Yes, because Abbas is trying to get and is receiving hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, he has, cut down the violence message tremendously. Whereas Hamas television, not expecting to get any Western money, has no problem promoting tremendous amount of hatred, violence, killings, you name it, suicide terror. It's all there on Hamas television. Hamas TV today is where Abbas Fatah TV was about 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Since then, they have calmed down the violence, kept up the hatred, but the Hamas keeps up the hatred and violence.
Give us a little peek behind the scenes. How actually is your work conducted?
We have about 6, 7 translators. 3 of them read the daily newspapers. 3 of them go over Fatah TV and Hamas TV. One of them works on subtitles, putting the subtitles on, and a lot of material is translated, way more than we can actually get out. And it's then goes through a filtering process, and try to decide which are the ones that are the most significant that we should send out. People don't want to get 10 items a day; they want to get 1 or 2, or a week, or 3 a week. So we have to make a selection.
Have you or your organization been threatened by Arab groups or Palestinian Authority, or?
Well, I wouldn't call it threatened. They talk about us. Hamas TV recently talked about us. They mentioned our name in English, Palestinian Media Watch. Fatah recently called us racist for a program that we had exposed where they talked about conquering Haifa and Yaffo, and they said, look at the racist Zionists, they don't recognize our homeland. So they know that we're out there and they're following what we're doing. And we do what we have to do.
Do you feel that there are enough people around the world access or are able to take a look at the things you're doing? Is your message getting out there?
Our message is getting out there. It's not sufficiently getting out in Israel, and we're setting up a whole new Israeli program in Israel today. We'd like to get it out more actively in other countries as well. And when I go through Congress and either at formal hearings or meet with people, it has tremendous impact. I'd like to be, for example, to be able to hire a full-time Washington person. I'd like to have a full-time European Parliament person. We could impact incredibly around the world were we to have that, and that's just a matter of funding, and hopefully someday that'll come through.
Okay, well, why don't you tell our viewers and listeners, I'm sure you have a website that they can take a look at, give them the URL.
Right. We have a website. It's pmw.org.il. And if you look at it this week, please look at it again in about 6 weeks, because it's going to be completely new. It will have not only more videos, but they'll all be organized by theme, by topic. You could look up any topic and you'll be able to get what they've written about it in school books and television and newspapers, and it's going to be a fascinating and very enlightening website. In addition, we send out bulletins by email. If you'd like to subscribe on our website, you can subscribe. They don't cost anything. Please get them, and they go out in Hebrew and in English.
Right, it's a great and very important resource. I want to wish you a lot of success. Again, that's Palestinian Media Watch, pmw.org.il. Take a look at it. It's got some very serious information. I always say it's best to know what your friends and neighbors are really talking about when they're not speaking English. Thanks a lot for joining us. Itamar Marcus.
Pleasure to be with you.